Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. So guys, in this video we are going to see what is the concept of ref in React.js. First of all, let us discuss what are the points that we are going to cover in this video. We will first of all see what is ref in React, then we will see what is create ref, and then we will see using ref in class-based component, and finally we are going to see an interview question. So before starting the video, if you are new to the channel and if you are not aware, I have a complete playlist on React.js, so you can please go ahead and check that, and you will find a lot of videos on important topics. So now let's start with our first question, which is like, what is ref in React? Okay, so first of all, ref in React are short for references. As the name suggests, they allow you to reference and interact with DOM nodes or React components directly. Refs comes in handy when you need to reference some information in a component, but you don't want that information to trigger new renders. Now, some common use cases of React refs include managing focus, text selection, or media playback, triggering imperative animations, integrating with third-party DOM libraries. Now, basically, in simpler words, if we see, refs are like, if you want to change the DOM in React, then we use refs. Okay, now React does not suggest much to use refs. If you are like, if you need it too much, then only you have to use it. Otherwise, in general cases, you should not use refs. Why? Because we have some best practices in React where we do not manipulate the DOM intentionally. Okay, because if we manipulate it, it might cause some other problems. Okay, so because of that reason only, refs are only used in specific cases, but you should know the concept of refs. So that's why we are going to see it in this video. So now let's move on to our code editor, and let's see the second and third point, which is what is create ref, and we will see using refs in class based components. So I'll now go to my code editor. So here what we will do is, first of all, create ref is a way of using refs in our class based component. So that is why in this video I'm going to create a class based component. So first of all, I'm going to use the snippet RCE, and I'm going to create a basic React class structure. So now what we are going to do is, we are going to have a basic code on our screen. So I'm going to remove this, and here we are going to have a h1 which will say ref in React. Okay, then I'm going to have an input, because in this video we are going to see by manipulating the input on the DOM. Okay, so you will get to know in a minute. And then we are going to have button, so update input. Okay, now let us see our structure is ready or not. So if you see ref in React, we have one input and our button. Okay, now what we are going to do is, we are going to import ref, because ref, if we have to make using class based components, as I mentioned, we have create ref, right? So we have to import that first. Now we have to make a constructor. So constructor, and then in constructor we have a super method, and then here we are going to create a ref. Okay, so this dot, I'm going to create any name. Okay, going to give any name. This name can be anything. This is just like we create a variable, right? It is like that thing. So here I'm going to write use, no, not use, like create ref. Okay, so this way I have created a ref, and now I have to pass this ref to my input. So how to do that? Ref and input ref. Okay, so once this is done, we have passed it. Now what we are going to do is, we want to manipulate it based on button click. Okay, like our input, whatever is here, we want to manipulate it based on our button click. So as soon as I click on this button, something which I mentioned should happen in my input. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, I'm going to create an on click. Okay, on click event handler, and here I'm going to write a function. So this dot, and I'm going to give a function name which can be like handle input. Now here we are going to write the function definition. Okay, so handle input, I'm creating an arrow function here. So what I want is, my this dot input ref dot current dot value should be equals to 1000. This way what I'm saying is, as soon as I click on this button, the input value should get updated to 1000. Okay, so basically we don't have to give the brackets here. So I'm saving it now, and now I'm going to refresh it, and if you see, there is nothing as of now, and I click on update input, automatically it is setting the 1000 value. This means that we are changing the value in our HTML DOM, right? So this is what majorly refs are used for. So what we have done is, we have created a function. In that function we have written our like whatever DOM manipulation code, and it is doing that. Now the same way what we can do is this dot input ref dot style dot color is equals to red. I want that the color should be red. So when I click on this one, there is something. Okay, so I need to give current also, so like it will reference then only. So now clicking on this, you can see the color is also red. So in this way you can put different things. So for example, I want that as soon as I click on update, there should be cursor and the focus should be on this input. Okay, so let's try to achieve that. So this dot input ref dot current dot focus. So as soon as I click on this, you can see now the focus is on the input. So basically these refs are majorly used while we are dealing with forms and all. Okay, so for example, you are applying some validation on font, that when this happens, the color of the input should change or something should happen. So in those cases, majorly the refs are being used. Now this was in this video we have seen how can we use refs in class-based components. So the major thing that we used is create ref. So using create ref, we can use refs in class-based component. In the next video we are going to see the same thing for functional components. Okay, now so in this video we have covered what is ref in React, what is create ref, we have seen using ref in class-based components, and now let us look at the interview question. So the interview question for today is how to use ref in functional components. So I'm not going to provide the answer for this question now here itself, because our next video is going to be the entirely based on this topic only. So that's all for this video. Please subscribe to the channel if you are new to the channel, and if you found the video helpful, please give it a like. Thanks for watching the video.